Hello everyone, I want to show you how to develop full-stack web application using Java and Vaadin framework. And I will go through on my reference myStock, Inventory and POS application. You will be able to get it from GitHub and use it as a skeleton of your own projects. Vaadin is an open source web UI framework that I use intensely in my own projects. I use it together with Spring Boot and PostgreSQL. Vaadin has rich UI components. It has some advanced paid components, but I have never needed them. I am good with free components until now. You can check available components from here. Check out here, app layout, button, cards, grids. They are good enough to be used in business applications. For example, this grid component is very good to be used in CRUD applications. And here is GitHub repo of my reference application. I use Vaadin 25 and Spring Boot 4 for this project. That is simple Vaadin inventory and POS application. Let's go through on it. Here is products view. I can assign new price for an existing product. Let me also define a new product. And let's assign a default price for it. In inventory view, I can increase or decrease the stock in hand, and I can change reorder level. And in post screen, I can scan or add products by barcode and check out them. Let me also add another product. Yes, once checkout is done, a new sale record is created. And once a product is sold, a stock out movement is created. And in the dashboard view, we can see some statistics about application. Top products, revenue, sales per day, etc. And in the below, we have low stock, insufficient quantity on hand table. That is determined by quantity on hand and reorder level. In user management view, you can add new users and assign roles them. And by the way, only admin users can access this view. You can enable or disable a user or reset a password of a user. Our application has multi-language support. You can change preferred language in the settings view. And in the About view, we have some descriptive information about the application. I used chart.js JavaScript lib for these graphs and charts. You can reach the GitHub repo link in the video descriptions. Check out the README in the GitHub repo for the details like technology stack, multi-language support, and contact details of me. Okay, let's bring it all together. Here is my technology stack. I use Java 25, Vaadin 25, Spring Boot 4, PostgreSQL and chart.js. You can access the repo from here and you can use it as skeleton of your own project after cleaning domain specific parts. And I appreciate 4 stars in the GitHub. Thank you. And here are the core concepts you will get from the sample application out of the box. Security, user management, CRUD with pagination, modern app layout, multi-language support, layered architecture, good-looking charts, and no Vaadin license is needed. Charts are done using chart.js. If you found this content valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Let's deep dive into the code base. Here is project overview in general. We have a Docker Compose file to start a PostgreSQL DB. With Docker Compose up -d command, you can start the DB. In the application properties file, you need to give the database credentials here. You can start the application by running this Java class. Let's check config classes. This is custom error handler. Once an exception cannot be cached in the view layer, it is cached here and a notification is shown. And we use this translation service for our multi-language support in the application. Password encoder config. And here is this Spring security configuration. Transaction configuration. And this is for some Vaadin configuration. We are attaching our translation service on each session and we are getting preferred language from the user authenticated. And this bean is for multi-language support. Here are data transfer object classes. This is base entity that I define date created and last updated date fields. This is product entity. The sale entity. and sale line. This is my custom app level validation exception that I use in view level. This is my user entity that implements user details interface. And these are the init services that are used to create some initial data. For example, here I am creating a default user with root username and password. In demo data service, I am creating some products, some sales, and some sale lines. Let's check some repositories. And here is my service layer for product. I'm using this transactional annotation to make my methods transactional. And here is the post service. The checkout is done here with all its side effects, like creating some stock movements, etc. My helpful notification support class. I use this class to support multi-language in the login form. And this is my custom pagination view. This is my custom search bar view. Password reset dialog. And the call to action view I use in the login form. And this is the chart.js Java class that is used to integrate JavaScript chart.js lib into Vaadin framework. Here are some essential JavaScript methods. And this product view is a typical CRUD view that you can do some create, read, update and delete operations. We have a search bar to get the filtered text from the user, a pagination view and a grid to list the items. This is the binder that is used in Vaadin in forms. And this is the main layout that we define our header and sidebar of the application. And this is my custom login view. User management view. Our application images. You can put your own custom CSS styles in this file. And I have put my static about contents in these HTML files. And here are translations properties files that we use in our multi-language support. You can put other translations files for other languages if you want. Okay, let's check POM.xml file to understand the dependencies. We use Spring Framework 4, Vaadin 25. And other dependencies. But there is an easy way to start a project from scratch. We will use Spring Init to create our initial project. Go to this Spring Initializr page. Select Spring 4 and Java 25. And in the dependencies section, add Spring Web, Vaadin, PostgreSQL, validation, and Spring Data, JPA. You can use this Explore button to check what will be the POM file to be generated. Let's check again if something is missing. And yes, we need to add this one as well. And then you can use this generate button to download the project structure. Let me remind you again that you can reach the GitHub repo of my sample application in the video descriptions below. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.